The ancient Greeks famously urged us to know thyself. But how? In our modern understanding, do we truly come to grasp the depths of our own personalities and, even more critically, our latent potential? A fundamental starting point on this journey of self-discovery is the humbling realization that, in many profound ways, you simply don't know yourself. You can cultivate the ability to observe your own actions, thoughts, and reactions as if you were scrutinizing a complete stranger. However, to do this effectively, you must embrace a stance of radical humility. I suggest this humility manifests in two crucial aspects. Firstly, there is the humility of acknowledging your own pervasive ignorance. You must genuinely accept that you don't fully comprehend who you are. This isn't an easy truth to confront, as most of us harbor a comfortable illusion of self-knowledge. Yet, when you reflect on your struggles, how often you fail to control yourself, your lack of discipline, or the myriad flaws you possess, it becomes clear that your self-perception might be deeply incomplete. It's incredibly difficult to shed enough ego to truly grasp the profound extent of your own ignorance regarding your fundamental nature. However, there's a powerful upside to this recognition. Your ignorance extends not only to who you are, but also to the magnificent person you could be. The eventual discovery of that latent potential, the realization of what you're capable of becoming, offers a profound reward, a beacon of hope amidst the often daunting and even horrifying process of confronting your unvarnished, actual self. Following this initial recognition, the next crucial step is rigorous self-observation. You must vigilantly watch yourself as if you were studying a complete stranger. Pay close attention to your words, truly listening to what you articulate. Ask yourself, what kind of person utters such phrases? And critically analyze your emotional responses in the moment of communication. Does this interaction make me feel stronger or weaker? Is it filling me with shame or bolstering my confidence? Am I subtly weaving a lie, deceiving both myself and those around me? Am I consciously adopting a superficial persona at social gatherings, merely designed to impress and entertain, when in reality, it projects nothing but self-centered narcissism? Delve deeper into your subconscious. What are your dark fantasies, your aggressive impulses? What actions are you genuinely willing to undertake, and what truly sparks your interest to the point where you would spontaneously pursue it? What tasks do you habitually procrastinate on, and what deeper reasons lie behind that avoidance? What are you utterly unwilling to do? What principles do you genuinely believe are good and right? For what accomplishments do you justly congratulate yourself? And for what failures do you harshly berate yourself, particularly when you've shied away from confronting or implementing necessary changes? These are profoundly intricate questions, and the unsettling truth is that, at present, you likely don't possess clear answers to most of them. Yet, posing these questions honestly and observing yourself with this detached curiosity marks an essential beginning. Regarding the discovery of your potential, you will invariably uncover more about what you're capable of as you delve deeper into who you truly are, especially when you confront and acknowledge the darker, less flattering aspects of yourself. For within these shadows lies your potential for mayhem, for destructiveness, for aggression, for the capacity to be truly dangerous. There is, surprisingly, a profound utility in recognizing this darker capacity. It's actually something that strengthens you. The initial shock of such a realization often ignites an ambition, the drive to consciously incorporate that dangerousness, that raw power, into a higher order, more integrated personality. This integration can render you implacable, transforming you into an individual capable of asserting a firm no when circumstances demand it. It empowers you to face and engage with necessary conflicts rather than timidly avoiding them. This newfound resilience is unbelievably useful and represents one of the powerful potentials awaiting your discovery. Another indispensable method for unlocking your potential is through consistent self-challenge. As famously outlined in Rule 4 of 12 Rules for Life, the wisdom lies in comparing yourself to who you were yesterday, not to who someone else is today. This provides an excellent framework. Take an honest inventory of yourself, identify aspects that aren't quite right, areas you could, and by your own internal standards, should improve. Then, commit to making those improvements by setting a small, achievable goal. Perhaps you're a university student neglecting your studies entirely, or an employee with a daunting stack of overdue papers on your desk, a stack you haven't dared to touch for a month, despite knowing you absolutely should. This avoidance nags at you, robbing you of peace at night. You might think, I've completely sidestepped that stack of paper for an entire month. I'm quite a coward when it comes to confronting whatever metaphorical snakes might be lurking within it. So, you propose a tiny, almost comically humble goal. Tomorrow, I'll simply place that stack of paper directly on my desk and glance through it for just 15 seconds. Can I even manage that? This indeed is setting a goal for improvement, albeit a very modest one. You might even mock yourself. Am I truly such a coward that, after a whole month of total avoidance, the pinnacle of my courage is a mere 15 seconds of exposure to a stack of paper? However, the situation can genuinely be that dismal and dire. Your fear is real, and your avoidance is evident. Acknowledging this isn't exactly an ego boost. Recognizing yourself as someone who can only withstand 15 seconds of exposure to something you dread doesn't exactly foster self-esteem. Yet, this very act of honest self-assessment, this confronting of your weakness, is a profound form of humility. It highlights that there are clear areas for improvement in your life, and you inherently know what they are. There are small, manageable steps you could, and indeed, should, take to move in the right direction. The critical question then becomes, are you robust enough, courageous enough, to embark on those seemingly insignificant first steps? Are you truly capable of grappling with the sobering reality that you are fundamentally flawed, to the extent that you might need to break down challenges into almost childlike increments to effectively manage them? The encouraging answer is, yes, you are. This principle, I believe, applies to virtually everyone. Most individuals harbor things they habitually avoid and deeply fear. So, to a significant degree, this law of avoidance is universal, though people vary in the extent to which they have managed to conquer these fears. While you occasionally encounter individuals who are extraordinarily disciplined, their discipline, more often than not, has been forged in precisely this manner, through slow, steady, incremental improvement. The process involves a continuous self-challenge. Could I do this particular thing, which would make me slightly better? You attempt it, you learn, then you ponder, is there something a little bit larger, a bit more challenging, that I could accomplish which would represent further improvement? You try it, and you learn again. As you repeatedly engage in this cycle of experimentation and discovery, you generally become more adept, gradually enabling you to tackle progressively larger and more complex challenges. This is essentially about taking responsibility for yourself, embodying the posture of standing up straight with your shoulders back. It's about bravely confronting the world, but only at a level you can realistically manage. Remember, we all begin as ignorant, biased, deeply flawed, and immature beings. The key is not to bite off more than you can chew, but that doesn't preclude you from wrestling with a manageable sliver of reality, a portion small enough to give you a genuine shot at victory. To truly integrate yourself and begin the process of becoming whole, the very first, indispensable step is to grant yourself permission to be a fool. This stems from the fundamental admission that you genuinely do not know what you're doing. Acknowledging this inconvenient truth necessarily involves a significant blow to, or even a destruction of, your arrogant ego. However, the dissolution of that inflated, arrogant ego is not merely a consequence. It is a vital prerequisite. It is precisely this egocentric pride that actively obstructs your movement forward. Mythologically speaking, it forms part of an adversarial process that halts genuine moral progress. You become too enamored with who you imagine yourself to be, too proud to objectively observe your actual state, and thus enact proper change. You resist sacrificing this comfortable, albeit diluted, part of yourself, a delusion that likely underpins a positive, yet exceedingly fragile, self-image. Such a self-image, unsupported by genuine effort and honest self-appraisal, is utterly unsustainable and certainly not to be recommended. Ultimately, you come to know yourself through diligent observation and meticulous attention. This involves watching yourself with the dispassionate, cold-blooded objectivity of a snake, devoid of emotional reaction, simply discerning what is there. Symbolically, It means refusing to allow your desires, your hopes, or your preconceived notions to interfere with the unvarnished reality of what you are observing. You watch yourself in this manner as if you are truly a stranger, someone about whom you know nothing. This detached scrutiny forms the true genesis of self-knowledge. From this beginning, you then continually challenge yourself. You strive to see how far beyond yesterday's limits you can push yourself today, and then again tomorrow. This entails a continuous experimentation with expanding not only your domains of competence, but also your fundamental ability to increase that competence. The absolute upper limit to this expansion of potential is directly proportional to the moral effort you invest. The more your efforts are guided by the highest of all possible visions, a conscious alliance with the greatest conceivable good, and the more they are consistently accompanied by truthfulness in both speech and action, the more profoundly you will develop your full potential. Finally, and perhaps most crucially, you must be willing to undertake this entire endeavor as a grand adventure. For it is, without doubt, an extraordinarily demanding journey to bear the weight of such profound responsibility. It fundamentally transforms a person, elevating them beyond the mundane and, in a sense, taking them out of their former, limited selves. This transformative process inevitably brings with it a certain alienation, an isolation from the unexamined lives of others, and often, a great sorrow. All these elements coalesce. Yet, despite these arduous demands, there is an unparalleled, deep meaning to be found within this journey. And ultimately, there is nothing better, nothing more valuable, that you could possibly dedicate yourself to. This, then, is the answer to the fundamental question of how one truly comes to know oneself and realize one's full potential.